Hello everybody. I'm back, and yeah, I've had a difficult week. I won't lie. So I'm sorry. This might be another week of you having to listen to me moaning about life stuff. I hope one day that will change, and I'll be able to go back to doing all the things that I know we all want to talk about. Hello, I can see 13 people are watching now. Obviously, because it's a different day than what I normally do it, maybe people didn't get the notification. Ooh, do you know what I forgot to do? I forgot to post in the Patreon group the link. Can somebody do that for me now? If you're logged into Facebook, please can you post the link in the Patreon group, not the regular one, the Patreon group, just in case anyone's just looking at Facebook. I forgot to do it. Okay. Tammy says we're just happy to see. Do you know what, guys? I missed you when I had to cancel. But okay, let's go. Let's go back to Friday, and I had to cancel about an hour before my live chat was about to start. I'd spent about 2 hours crying uncontrollably into my mom's shirt, basically. It was like I was 6 and, really upset. So something had happened, and I found out something that I wasn't ready for about Jason. Yes, it's one thing that he left, and it was only 2 weeks. It's 2 weeks ago, and 2 weeks and a few days, and I discovered that he really wasn't messing around. He's moved on, so much to the point of he actually has been staying over at someone's caravan, and to you guys in the USA, that's trailer. So he's been staying in someone's trailer, and not the big sort of static trailer, the sort that you pull behind with a vehicle. So he's been staying in someone's caravan, as we call it in the UK, in someone's front garden, about 22 miles away, and he spent about 3 nights. In fact, he's there now. He's there now with this 23-year-old, and I have to say, it broke my heart when I found out about this on Friday. Actually, don't even ask how I know, because to all intents and purposes, I shouldn't know. I really shouldn't know. But me being me, I know. And I know exactly where he is, and I know exactly what he's doing. Technically, it's not cheating because he waited until we split up. But because I'm not, in my head, I'm not detached from him yet, it hurts. It really, really, really hurts. And also, I know today that he's introduced him to his parents, and I know that this person has introduced Jason to his parents. And now they're back in the love shack, shacking up, as I'm sure you can imagine. So it's been a horrible week. It really has been a horrible week. Head has been like mush. I really, literally, all the live chats I've done where I've been happy and smiley, it was all an act. It really was. I felt like dying inside, but you have to keep things going. So I don't know how well I did, but I've managed to just keep going and keep going and keep going. Everyone, my whole family has told me just keep going, keep doing your work, keep doing everything. I felt like so many times just curling up in bed and just pulling the sheets over my head and hoping that it all just was a really bad dream. But it's not. Jason's gone, he's moved on, he's shacked up with another lad who's 23 and Jason is 36. They've introduced each other to parents, he's taken him off to a zoo today. And actually, I was trying to get Jason for years to take me to certain places and he wouldn't go. He's been out so much ever since he split up with me. He's been out and about, wooing this lad, taking him out on dates. He never used to take me out anywhere for a meal or anything like that. So I'm heartbroken, I have to say. And I know you're probably thinking, oh, he doesn't even sound like he's worth it. But in my head, I keep going back to the good times that we had. And I keep going back to to all the good moments and the good things about him. And yes, I realise the bad things. I realise everything that's bad. And I know that he's on best behaviour right now. And I know that he'll probably revert back to how he was with this new lad or anybody else after me. In fact, you know, I did really well to put up with a lot of the flaws that he did have, but I did love him, and and we did have a lot of really good times together. And 18 years is a long, long history to be with someone. So I just found it a real struggle. It's not like, you know, a breakup where, you know, some people have breakups at, you know, 3 or 4 times a year. This is the first time I have ever had a breakup in 18 years, in all of my adult life. So it hurts. It really, really hurts. I have this horrible knot in my stomach, and every time I know that he comes back into my town, because this lad lives in a different town. Every time he comes back to my town, the knot in my stomach goes because I know that he's not with him. But every time he's with him, like now, I get this nervous knot in my stomach. I get restless. I pace around. I've spent so much time with my parents just sat there holding my mum's hand because I've just felt dreadful about just knowing what's going on. And I know what you're probably saying. Everyone's told me, don't look what he's doing. Don't, you know, I'm not going to say how I'm looking at what he's doing, but I know exactly what he's doing and exactly where he is at any given moment. Let's put it that way. Detective Elliot is in full operation. And I know what you're saying. What you don't know won't hurt you. But in a weird way, it's tormenting me. But on the other side, it's kind of helping me as well, because I'm beginning to realise that all these things he's doing now, he didn't do with me. And that makes me think, well, he obviously didn't want to do them with me. He didn't want to be with me. He probably didn't love me in the end. So, you know, knowing that he's going off and doing all these things on best behaviour, I don't know. All right, I'm going to see what people are saying, because I know I've been waffling on about my problems for a while. Barbie says, I hate to say this, but I knew he had hooked up with someone. My experience has been with my friends and my sister. When someone leaves so quickly after a long-term relationship, it's shady. He hadn't hooked up with this person before me. I know that for a fact. In fact, actually, I don't know whether you guys have Tinder in the USA or wherever you are, but I know that he downloaded Tinder last Saturday. This is a week after he left me. So he downloaded it on Saturday. He matched this guy on Saturday, and then they spoke overnight on the Sunday. He went on the train to meet him on the Monday, and then came home. Then he didn't see him on Tuesday. I think the guy called in sick on the Wednesday, and Jason stayed over with him Wednesday night. He stayed over with him Friday night. Came back Saturday. And now he's with him again. So he spent 3 nights in the love shack, basically, doing whatever you can imagine they're doing. He took him out to restaurants and all in a week. Then, you know, I know that he thinks it's serious. I think he swapped one infatuation with this other guy that he was infatuated with for this new guy. And I don't know. It's just, I'm really trying to process it and get my head around it, and I just really can't. I mean, my goodness, when Jason's 50, this lad is going to be, you know, 38. So it's like me now having a relationship with somebody, you know, 12, 13 years older. And I don't know, are you always on the same page when there's that big of an age gap? I don't know. But I think I'm going to see on status updates very, very soon, you know, in a relationship. And I don't know how I'm going to react to that when it comes. If I see in a relationship on a status update, I don't know. It's probably going to be another breakdown moment for me. Just like when I first realised that they were in the love shack together. That was a breakdown moment. I think when I see in a relationship, it's going to be a breakdown moment. And also, I know that Jason has took this lad to what is going to be his new house, because there's tenants in the new house that he's going to rent, but they haven't moved out yet. So he moves in on the 15th, and I know that today he took this lad, after meeting his parents, to this house to show him. So is he planning on moving him in? Why do I even care? I don't know, but I do care. I'm at the point where I still care. I don't want to care. I want it to be over. I want the pain to go away. But I do still care. I still care what he's up to. I still care what he's doing. I still care who he's doing it with. It still feels like he's cheating on me, even though I know technically he's not. And by the way, I don't think he did cheat on me while we were together. In fact, I know he didn't. But he did develop infatuations with other people. But I know for a fact he didn't cheat on me when we were together, and I know that for a fact. But even though he's doing it when we're not together, it still hurts. It still feels like I'm being cheated on. And I want the pain. I want to stop caring. I really want to stop caring. But at the moment, I still care about it. I know. Thank you guys for all of your lovely comments. I'm just literally skim reading. Yeah, thank you. I'm reading. I'm skim reading. I know. Well, I know. I don't think it'll work out with him and this lad either. Becky Ray says, I think you need to know what he is up to. Maybe you can then start letting go of it. You also, in a way, it's almost like I need to be hurt, and I need to hit rock bottom to be able to go anywhere. It's almost like I'm kind of it's almost like self-harm. By looking at what he's doing, it's almost like self-harm. But at the same time, it's making me realise what a swine he is, and what a pig. And, you know, if he can do this to me 2 weeks after we split, then it just goes to show what the sort of person he is, and what might... In fact, I think he's got mental problems. I actually think he's going through a mental health problem himself, which I tried to support when we were together. I tried to offer him all the support, all of the advice on how to get over these infatuations that he had with other people. And he just didn't want to know. He cut me out of his body transformation. He lost 8 stone in weight. He started going to the gym every day and bulked up. And, you know, he was changing over the course of a whole year. And he didn't want to involve me in that change. He wanted to do it by himself. He cut me out, basically. And I think he's been detaching from this relationship for 12 months at least. Whereas I wasn't. I was, you know, quite happy. Yes, we had, you know, some issues and problems, but like anybody. But, you know, to me, it wasn't that bad, and I was quite happy in my little world and my own little bubble with him, my own sort of version of normal. So when he left, it was like, you know, a smack in the face with a cucumber. You know, it was really, really bad. Yes, I do think he's very mixed up. A. Davis says, no judgment on yourself. It's okay, everything you're doing is a process and you need to do it. We are here for you. I'm glad you are going to work on Project Elliot. Yes, I mean, what I said in my vlog, but that's why my vlog was so short this week. Because most of this week, I was a mess. I was just crying and breaking down and stressing over what he was doing and all that. So I didn't vlog much, but I wanted to put out into the world a positive version of what was going on. And I do stand by exactly what I said in the vlog. I do need to work on Project Me. I know all the logical answers, but I just need to really feel them. So I am making progress. I'm choosing sofas and planning new things in the house. But it's hard, and I agree. It's a process, and I'm just at the start of that process. I'm not ready for a relationship. I'm not ready for any kind of relationship of any kind of nature, including the you know, what he's doing. I'm not ready for that. I am totally not ready for that. That's a long way off for me. And don't get me wrong, I've looked. I mean, I'm not the sort of person that meets people that likes going to pubs and clubs and bars. So the only way that I'm ever going to find someone new is online, just like I found Jason 18 years ago. So I've looked at all these modern It used to be chat rooms. I met Jason in a chat room. Now it's dating apps. Swipe this, swipe that, Grinder this, Grinder that. And oh my goodness, the people that you see around, oh, no. I mean, mostly they're just after one thing, which I don't want. That's not what I'm after. And I just want a hug. Basically, I just want someone to hug me. I really do. I miss my hugs. That's one thing I really miss, is a hug. And I'm not getting any. Apart from my mom. My mom is hugging me. Friends are hugging me, but I miss that, that loving hug. And it was suddenly ripped away from me 2 weeks ago, and I've not had it since. So that's horrible. But like I say, they all look horrible. I don't like any of them. A dating app for gay people is a bit like a catalogue. You sort of swipe and there's like all their pictures, and I don't like anything what's in the catalogue. I've got expensive taste, my loves. And no, I'm not feeling it. I'm really not feeling it. So no, I'm a long way off that. Barbie Longfellow says, when Jason is 50, this guy will be longer. I thought I was going to get to 50 with Jason. I thought we were going to get old. I thought we were going to grow old together. Oh, sorry. I'm sorry if this is turning into a therapy session for me, but in the UK, we have a thing about therapy. Like, lots of people, especially, Americans or Canadians, have said, go get therapy, talk to someone. And we do have therapists in the UK, but most people will not go to one. It's a British thing. It's that British stiff upper lip. We just don't. We don't like to go to shrinks or, doctors in that way. So this is a bit like my therapy. You're a bit like my shrinks. So yes, you're my therapy at the moment. So I'm sorry if I'm using you as a bit like therapy. A. David says, when you said Jason was not interested in marriage, I was sad and wanted something better for you. Thank you. I mean, I know logically, if he was not wanting to commit to a marriage and all this sort of stuff, then he wasn't right for me. I know logically this is probably the best thing, but it still hurts, and I just can't get over that at the moment. Mrs. Fee says, I've done exactly what you are doing after a breakup, but try and not think about what he's doing. Oh, I can't. I've tried to stop it, I just can't. Or where he is, because it will create too much toxic energy. Yes, it is impossible. I mean, literally, I know to the degree where he is. I'm not going to tell you how I know, how I'm doing it, but I know to the degree where he is in real time. So I know where he's been, I know where he's taken him, I know what they're doing, and yeah. Jackie J says, he's just a stopgap. I don't think it's going to last, and even if it does, you know where you stand. And Rhonda Blair says, stop trying to figure out what is going on in someone else's head. My first love, it took me a whole year to move on. It takes time. It may take me a year. It may take longer. Yeah, it's just... I just want it out of my head. I want it to go, and it just won't. It just really, really won't. I mean, some people have asked me, like personal, friends have asked me, my parents have asked me, would you take him back if he did realise he'd made a mistake and come back? And the answer to that is, I don't know. I mean, it depends if and when he makes that decision or comes to that realisation. If he was to do it sort of, soon, I think there's more chance of me kind of accepting him. I mean, don't get me wrong, he'd have to change big time. But the longer it goes on, the more chance there is that I'm going to move on and literally just not want him back, even if he wanted to come back. But let's just say within the next couple of months he decided he wanted to come back and wanted to try again. I think I would still make him live in his own house. I'd live here, he'd live in his own house, and I would make him date me all over again. He'd have to take me out. He'd have to prove that he could take me out, just like he's taking out these other people. He'd have to make the effort for me. He'd have to go on holidays with me. I mean, I may even make him live on his own for a full year. But, you know, he'd have to prove to me that things have changed. He'd have to prove to me that he can get into a proper routine, because he was always, because he works nights, he kind of slept in the day, which didn't leave much time for us in the evening. Whereas now, you know, he still works nights, but he's been going to bed at 12, getting up at 10, taking this lad out on dates, which he would never do for me. He'd never get up early. So basically, I would want him to prove that he could be different and change, and we could have a different lifestyle. Then I'd probably say, well, you know, you could stay over for, you know, a few nights a week, see how that goes. So if he did want to, I'd move him back in slowly, and he'd really have to prove it to me. However, do I think that's going to happen? No. I don't even want to be optimistic on that, because I don't think he will. I don't think he's in that headspace, and he's the sort of person that doesn't like to look back, I don't think. And I don't think he would. So personally, logically, I don't think he will want to come back. However, if he did, that's what I'd probably make him do, unless I'd really had moved on. Kelly says, oh, where's your comment gone, Kelly? Oh no, I think I've missed loads of comments. It's a process. You will be okay. I promise it's best you know what Jason is and was up to. You and Jason were together for such a long time. You are going to always care. It's not reciprocated. I don't think he cares one bit what I'm doing right now. I really, really don't. But yes, I need to. Christine says he needs to grow up. I think he's trying to recapture some lost youth, because both of us, we were first loves. We didn't have any other people before each other. We've not had any people since. So we've only known each other. And I think he's going through this kind of midlife crisis. Call it a midlife crisis, an early midlife crisis, where I think he doesn't like getting older. I mean, I know for a fact he doesn't like, since he hit 30, he's not wanted to, he's hated birthdays and all the rest of it. I think he's got a problem with getting older, and I think he feels like he's lost out on going out, clubbing, pubbing, going to bars, picking up lads, and I think he wants to go back to being 18 again, and he's not. And that's a really big kind of mental problem, I think, that he's struggling with. So at the back of my head, I'm not trying to make excuses for him, but I do think that there is some kind of mental health issue going on, which I've tried to help him with, and he just wouldn't let me. He really just wouldn't let me. So yes, I do think there is some kind of underlying problem going on, which is probably why he's been looking at younger guys, because that's where he feels he wants to go back to. He wants to go back to being 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, and the reality is he's not. Tammy Brown says, you're still emotionally involved now, but this may help you to move on in the long run. I'm trying. I really, really am. Hey, David says, you're not a machine. Of course you care. Love is something you can't turn on or off. I agree. Jules says, I'm glad you have a source to just get these thoughts out of you. Yes. It helps to offload. It helped so much to have a 2-hour cry on Friday. I mean, literally, the tears didn't stop coming, the sobbing didn't stop. 2 hours straight, literally, without a break. 2 hours. My mom's t-shirt was soaked with all my tears. It was that bad. My mom was crying because she was upset for me. She wanted to be able to help me, and she, you know, apart from saying what everyone's been saying, you can't take away that hurt, and you know, it was really upsetting. Yes. A million black fan flaps for Jason right now. Mrs. Fiji says, yes, you are just beginning the process of emotionally disengaging, but the harsh truth is he's been disengaging over 12 months, I think. Jackie J says, it's only been 2 weeks, stop being so hard on yourself, you're only human. You are such a warm and caring person who's going through a midlife crisis of sorts. I agree. Werner says, some people, like my ex-husband, can't be alone, they have to have someone. Well, the thing is, he's weird because he keeps saying, when he left, he said, I want the single life. I don't mind being solitary. And then, you know, a week after he told me that, he's shacked up with some lad in a caravan, showing him his new house, probably asking him to move in. Wendy says he needs a good kick up the backside. Preferably with 14, with a size 14 shoe. Winkle picker. Boot. Hello, HN the King. I'm sorry. I know I'm being a moaner again. A moaner and a groaner. Tammy says you've been so brave about the way you presented yourself publicly. Well, I've got to. I mean, the sad fact is, I haven't got any other job. So, if I stop working, you know, I'm the only one that's got to pay these bills now. You know, I've got to keep myself in the house. I've got to pay for food, car, everything on my own, and you know, I need everything I can get. Let's be real here. I need everything I can possibly get right now because, you know, I've lost another person's income in the house. So even though I have felt like crawling up into a crumpled heap and dying, I've had to keep going. You know, it's not like I'm in a paid employment where, you know, in my previous employment I would have had sick pay. So I know some people that worked in my previous place, if they've gone through breakups, they've had 2 weeks off paid. I don't have that luxury, so I've literally got to keep going. But in a way, it's helped as well because it's helped me to still have something to focus on, still have something to keep me going. So yes, although I've not really been passionate this week about work, I've still managed to do it, and I think that's a good thing because it tells me that I'm not at that stage where I am in a crumpled heap. I might feel like it, but I'm not. And maybe I'm stronger than what I thought I was, because if I really was a weak person, I would be that crumpled heap on the floor or up in bed, you know, sobbing into my pillow. I've had my moments, I've had my breakdown moments, but, you know, I've always managed to carry on. Apart from Friday, that was the only time when I was in no fit state to do a chat. I mean, literally, my mom was worried about me. She insists. She wanted me. She wanted to kick my dad out of bed, and she wanted me to sleep in the bed with her. I was that bad. She was worried about me. She didn't want me to be on my own. I didn't. I came back round and slept in my own bed. But I was that bad. I was really, really bad that she wanted me to sleep in the bed with her. And I'm 36. I'm the 36-year-old baby. But yes, you know, she was really that worried. So that's the only time that I've really had to cancel something because of this. But I was in no fit state at all. Mrs. Beach says, I've never understood how people move on from one relationship to a new one so fast. It takes me months. All I can say is, he was obviously over me a long time ago. Cindy says, 18 years is a long time to be with someone. You take some time for yourself. I am trying. Verna says, Tinder is a hookup site. Free sites usually are. Yeah, it's a swipe if you like and if you match. But it was also quick. Really, really, really quick. Candice, I would love a hug. Of all of you. Jackie J says, you will be surprised how you will meet the one. Everything happens for a reason. At the moment, that seems a long way off. Wendy says, have a group hug with Molly and Brian, the other cat. Brian has been round today. Thank you for the virtual hugs. HN the King says, which sofa from the vlog? Ooh, let me get the booklet. Hang on. Wait there a second. I will go and get the booklet and I'll show you. Hang on. I'm back. Right. So, ooh, there we go. So, I did go to look at sofas. Now, I have been so picky when it comes. I made a drink. I have been so picky with. I've been looking for about 2 years to put something down that bottom end. Herbal tea, lemon and honey and ginger. Now, I have been looking for ages, and I'm really fussy. There's never been anything that I've liked. Then obviously all this happens, and I'm thinking to myself, I need to change everything in the house. It needs to feel like my home, because everywhere I look, it's things that we bought together. I mean, to be honest, because I've been so down, there's still things like there's still some of his food in the cupboard. There's still some of his frozen meals in the freezer that I need to chuck. I really do. So I'm going to start with the bottom end and the little bedroom above, which I'm going to turn into some kind of office or filming room or something. But my mum and my dad and me and Nan went out yesterday. I'm sure you saw. Oh, by the way, I accidentally published the vlog without setting a premiere. That's why there was no premiere. We went out and I just walked around and I just saw this collection and I just loved it. I fell in love. It's kind of like it's 1920s inspired. So because my bottom end, not this bottom end, the house bottom end, is very large and kind of cavernous with sort of beams and all that kind of thing, but yet it's also modern. I think the 1920s style fits really, really well. So this is, so I've just got to cover the name of the sales rep who was actually flirting with me. And he doesn't live far away either. His name was Adam, and he was flirting with me, but I'll just hide the number. But he did put his, well, he put his work phone number on. Anyway, it's Parker Knoll. I don't know if you get Parker Knoll wherever you are, but it's kind of like a really nice British make, long established, well-made furniture. This is the collection. Well, part of the collection. So it's kind of like 1920s inspired. So it's a beautiful brochure, as Hyacinth Bouquet would say, and it's the 150 collection now. I'm just trying to show you what I. So there's all different. Like it's a really nice kind of, you know, furniture book. I'm hoping you can see with the lighting. Oh yes. So the one that I've gone for is the Hoxton, which is this. So I actually sat on this fabric, which I'm not having. I'm not having this fabric because it's kind of velour, and with velour, little cat scratches are not going to go well on velour. It would make it all bobbly. So, as a precaution, I've not gone for the velour. I've gone for, you know, a non-velour fabric. Where's my yes, so this is the sofa, but not in that colour. So it's a really nice sofa. It's the Grand sofa. And I've gone for it in, it's called Steel. Oh, I can't show you. I took a photo of it on my phone, but I'm filming on my phone. And I'm interested in one of these chairs, which again, I would probably have in steel. So it's like kind of like a grey, so kind of like steel fabric. And also, I absolutely love. Oh, no, I liked this chair, but I've not gone for this chair. But I do like it, but no. The one I've gone for, not in this colour, I've gone for it in, it's kind of like a check. Not like tartan check. I'll see if I can find it, but I've gone for this chair. That is, it's like a throne. That is amazing. Not in that colour, but I've gone for that. With like contrasting cushions, pillows, and this is going to be one of my new filming chairs. So I can do live chats from my chair, which I thought would be really amazing. There's also a footstool, which I want with storage. So that'd be really handy to put my flags, you know, my backdrop things in, which I thought would be quite nice. And where's the fabric? Okay. Oh, yes, here's the fabric. Right. So the chair, the nice wing chair that looks amazing, this is what I've gone for. See that one there? The one I'm pointing to? I've had it in that fabric, that pattern. It's amazing. You probably can't see the colour properly, but that one's showing a bit more blue. But the one I've gone for is like a grey and black. It's gorgeous. So I've gone for that, and yeah, that's what I've gone for. So I'm probably going to place the order tomorrow. They gave me a quote, which means that they were in the sale, but the sale ends tomorrow. But they've extended, if you had a quote, they extended it for like another 2 weeks. So I have got technically 2 weeks, but I'm going to order it tomorrow. The delivery date on it is 5 weeks. It's because they're handmade. They don't carry them in stock. Any that you order are handmade purposely for you. So it'll take 5 weeks to get here from order. I've also, as you know, I bought my Dyson Hoover, which I'm vacuum. I still call them Hoovers, which I'm really looking forward to setting up and using. Thank you for all the messages of support. Cindy says don't take him back. He would have to prove he was a different person first. Trust me on that one. Jackie J, thank you. I probably am being hard on myself, but I'm always hard on myself. Thurner says, you're like me, Elliot. I get obsessed, and even though it wouldn't be good for me, I would do it too. It's like staring at a bad car. Yeah, it's a compulsion. At the moment, it's a compulsion. I almost get some kind of comfort from looking, but it's also torture. It's a weird feeling, but it's something that I feel I need to do. Jules says, if you went to a counsellor, she would say something like, how does knowing this every move benefit you? Well, I mean, one of the answers is it gives me a little bit of satisfaction that he thinks I don't know what's going on. And I suppose it gives me a little bit of satisfaction to know that I know what's going on and he doesn't know that I know what's going on. So I know what a big swine he's being and he doesn't know that I know. So there's a little bit of that going on. But also, like I said, what I'm getting from it is hurt and pain. Because hopefully, I'm kind of thinking that from the hurt and the pain, there's only so much hurt and pain you can take. And then hopefully things will start to get better. So that would be my answer to the counsellor. Kelly says the vlog was great. Great to see Nan. How's she doing? She is coping so well. I mean, some people have said this to me. I know she's gone through a death and she's lost her partner of 50 years. Really, my Nan and myself are both grieving at the same time, to be honest. But a lot of people have said to me, Elliot, it would probably have been easier if Jason would have died, because at least, you know that's it. And, you know, at least my Nan knows that her partner isn't out there, you know, doing other things. So some people have said, well, you know, it probably would have been easier if Jason would have just died, which I know is a horrible thing to say, but it's kind of how I feel. I think it would have been easier if he just died. Candice says, I really understand why your mom was so worried about you. I have felt the same each time my daughter had a breakup with a fellow. Thank God the girl is married now and he had better not hurt her. Oh, you go smack him if he does. H.M. the King says, laughing at my accent suddenly turns posh the minute the brochure is in your hand. Hyacinth Bouquet taught me well, didn't she? I do have a telephone voice as well. Elaine Park said, really like Park and Knoll. Like I say, they've got some... Park and Knoll are known for their more traditional designs, kind of, you know, oldie-worldy. They've got some really nice modern pieces too. They really have. So this 1920s collection is fabulous. So I didn't know whether to get just the big sofa and the fancy chair, but I really liked the comfy chair as well. So I think I'm going to get 3 pieces. And I'll work out how I'm going to configure it when they arrive, because it is quite an awkward room to furnish, to be honest, because it's quite an odd shape. So I'll get to that bit when I get it, but I just need to order them. Then I need to get a sideboard or decide where I'm going to put the TV, that kind of thing. Jackie J says, I like it. Well, it was the salesman, Adam. He took, well, my mom grabbed him first and said, oh, can you help? So yes, he came round and did all the colours and everything. I don't know how old he was. He must have been about 25, 26, that kind of thing. Younger than me, probably 10 years younger than me. But he was tall, he was slim and good looking. And he took me over to the computer to take my details and, you know, set up the quote, basically, which would hold the price for another 2 weeks. And when he asked for my address, I said my address. And he said, oh, I don't live too far away from that. I live in this location. I said, oh, I know that location. Whereabouts? Is it this side or that side? And he told me the street name. And I said, oh yeah, I know where that is. And he was flirting a little bit, I have to say. But I wasn't in the mood. I don't think I was very, very receptive to it. Let's put it that way. But afterwards, my mum said, "Oh, he's a nice lad." She said, "I think he might be gay." I said, "Oh, maybe he was." Yeah, I think he definitely was, most definitely. Rhonda says, "I saw that in the video. The couch in grey looks really good." Yeah, I definitely think I'm going for it. And also, my nan, bless her heart, she's given some family some money. So she's given my cousin some money. She's given my mum some money, and she's given me some money. I think what's happened is, you know, losing her partner, she's kind of realised you can't take it with you, and it's true. You can't take anything with you. So she's really kindly, you know, decided herself to give something to all of us, and you know, that's what I'm spending mine on. I'm gonna get some sofas and that kind of thing, and I'm gonna spend it on the house basically. So thank you, Nan, so much. So yes, Nan is funding the sofas, and she came out and wanted to see and all of that. So so yes, it was nice for her to see the benefit of what she's doing while she's still here to see it. I mean, you know, most people probably, you know, leave their inheritance after they're gone, and they don't always get to see how it's spent, and how, you know, how their relatives are benefiting from what they've saved up and what they've provided. So I think she actually got a little bit of pleasure out of seeing her money being spent, to be quite honest. So so yes, I'm very, very lucky. I know I'm very, very lucky. So yes, that's, you know, that's why I'm able to splash out on some new sofas, even though, you know, I've still got to pay all the bills myself and all the rest of it. So so yes. Thank you, Wendy. Candice says it's gorgeous, the chair. Lots of people love it. Yes, that chair is made for filming. It really is. I've still got to work on the backdrop to it, but the chair is fabulous. I would love a display cabinet for my tiaras. Are Parker Knoll expensive? Depends what you class as. Does it put the prices? See, these are in the sale. I mean, I can tell you sale prices, but I haven't looked up the full price. I mean, moderately. I mean, probably those 3 pieces, you're probably looking close on £3,000. I mean, that's probably close to $4,000. So it's not like exuberantly expensive, but that is sales price. So to be honest, I didn't even look at the non-sale price. I was just so happy to find something that I liked. And to be honest, I didn't really care how much it cost. I just was like, I'm just happy that I found something that I actually like. So yes, that's kind of, you know, the cost that I paid in terms of, well, I haven't paid yet, but when I've ordered it. Thank you, I do have a lovely family. A small loan of $1 million. No, definitely not nowhere near $1 million. Mrs. Speedy says, flirtations could come around a few months down the line when the timing is right, never know. Candice says, I damn well will smack her husband if she steps out of line. No one hurts my children. I think my mum feels that way about Jason too. Kathy G says, I'm a ride or die kind of girl. Stalking equals check. Tire slashing equals check. Or is that too much? I did have feelings about doing something similar, but I have resisted. Giles says, even though Jason hasn't passed, you may still be grieving the relationship. Yes, I am grieving. H.M. the King says, I want one of those comfy sofas you can... Yes, it looks... Well, it felt fabulous to recline on. So I also need a big TV for down there as well. Mrs. B says, dying isn't a personal rejection of you. Yeah, exactly. Which is what you're feeling. Yeah. And what he has made you feel with his behaviour. I agree entirely with everything. Cat Lover says, I haven't been admired in years and wouldn't know how to react. Oh, just get some extensions and paint on those eyebrows and a bit of lippy. Think Dolly Parton, my loves. Mrs. Speed says, your brain is still trying to accept that it's real. Yeah. The more evidence you are confronted with, the more you're... Yeah, that's what I'm doing. Yes, that's totally it. I'm trying to give myself enough input to process it. I need input to process. It may be a slow process time, but that's what I'm doing. I'm giving myself input that I can process. So I know lots of people think it's bad for me, but I feel like I need to do it. Kelly says, I had a 19-year-old boy try to pick me up with a Dunkin' Donuts hash brown coupon. Oh, my goodness, tell me your secret. Barbie says, we all have a little stalker inside us. It's not healthy, but there it is. Oh, I've got more than a little stalker inside me, believe me. The things I've done to find out what I found out. Yes. I'm not even going to go there, but let's just put it this way. I know everything. Haitian the King says, I'll stick to IKEA. Oh no, too cheap. Cat Lover says, the colouring will look so good as a backdrop and your tiaras will shine on your head. Do you know what? I've considered panelling as well. I have no idea how much that's going to cost, but on the back wall that's going to be behind the sofa, I would love a kind of slate grey panelling, like wooden panelling. I know it would be like fake panelling, but it would look amazing as a backdrop. It really would. Because if I'm going to film, I may even use the sofa for filming as well. So I can't have a mirror behind it. I don't really want a picture where the glass is reflective of the lighting. So it's going to have to be, I think, either shelves with things on or some kind of like wall sculpture, that kind of thing. Yes, the room above I may put all my royal things upstairs. Candice says, I would spy on him. Someone needs to push me around in my wheelchair though. Yes, they are classic furniture pieces, and to be honest, as long as they've got good frames and they're a good shape, you can keep having them recovered. My mother has got her sofa, a Welbeck suite, which she bought in 1976. She still has it. It still has the original covering, but she has got other Parker Knoll chairs, which she's had recovered several times, and you can just keep having them recovered. Verna says, if I ever need a detective, Elliot, you're my man. I have my methods. I should have been a detective. I really should. I think I missed my calling. I'm also a good code breaker as well. A very good code breaker. I managed to get into everything. Cindy says, how didn't I manage to be late? I don't know, but welcome. Jackie J says, I was thinking the same thing. Kathy G says, shopping is always a good stress reliever. It was. I mean, I still had my mind on other things, but it did help. A. Davis says, it's scary, the investigative skills that you discover you have after a breakup. Oh, I already knew I got them. It didn't take a breakup, let's put it that way. I knew I'd got those skills. And there is even steps that I have stopped myself doing, to be quite honest. Hitchin the King says, Alan Turing would have been a perfect... Oh, he would have been a perfect match. Most definitely. Cindy says, yes, buy furniture and with a good material lasts for years. I also need a new bed. To be honest, I've got a divan base, but one of the slats has actually broken. So, and also, I want a new bed. I don't want anything that Jason's slept in. I want new pillows. I want all new bedding. I want a complete new bed, new mattress, new headboard. So, every room in the house is going to get a makeover. My dad said that he's going to help me to do all the painting and that kind of thing, and carpets and flooring. And the last room to get done will be the living room, because that's not technically the worst at the moment. It needs doing, but it's not technically the worst, so that will be the last one. The biggest upheaval will be the bedroom, because I haven't got another bed to go to whilst it's being done. So I'm gonna have to sleep in it whilst everything is being done. Although I could sleep around my mum's, to be fair, I could. In a way, it would be nice to have a new house. Jason's getting a new house, so... but no, I'm fine here. Candice says, burn the bed. Yeah, well, it'll get skipped. It'll get sent to the tip. Or the skip, as we say in the UK. Cindy says, I got mine from my mother. My dad was an alcoholic. She could sniff out everything he did. My poor kids didn't get much away from me. I'm the same. Jackie J says, maybe you sublimely knew you would need these skills. I think I get them from my mother too. She passed on the family jewels. My old room has a day bed in it, so it's not a proper bed. It's like a day bed couch, and it's also my dad's office now. Christine says, agree. Bonfire night is coming. Ooh, I could make an effigy, couldn't I? Verna says, sage the bedroom, bad juju. Yes, and it all needs going. It really does. I have stopped short of voodoo. It would be nice though. I do have some pins. And I can just strategically pin them, if you know what I mean. Yes. You know what? I don't know why. Look, it always pauses. For me, I always pause. I don't know why, but I do. So yes, that's kind of where we're at and where my week has been. Not been a very good week, but hey, I'm still alive, and I'm still here, and I'm not in a caravan, shacked up with a 23-year-old. Aiton the King says, where's the set? What do you mean, the set? You've lost me. Christine says, Jason is trailer trash. At the minute, he is trailer trash, yes. Although I did elevate him slightly. I did elevate him from where he was when I first met him. Lauren says you could give us a house tour. Well, I do intend to vlog the progress. So yes, I could. Jackie said, ooh, a voodoo doll. Yes, snip snip indeed. What was his name? That Bobbit? He got his chopped off, didn't he? Corinne says, roll on the floor laughing. You are not the only one. Hello to Stephanie, you're back. Where is the armchair going? Well, I still haven't figured out configurations. I'm thinking the nice armchair will go in the corner, in a corner on an angle. Though I may change my mind. And the sofa one, where's my sofa one? The sofa chair, see, I could not have the sofa chair, but I really liked it when I sat in it. So, where's my sofa chair? So these sofa chairs, I'm only going to have one of them. But I'm thinking one of those could go in the angle where my big windows are facing towards wherever I have the TV. So, yeah, I still haven't figured out configurations. Yes, wash that man right out of your hair. Hello Edley Poodle. It doesn't send out notifications because it's an unlisted video. YouTube will not send out notifications because it doesn't know who to send them to. So only people who I send the link to can view, which is why I say don't share this video on social media, because if you share this link, other people will see it, and as long as people have got the link, they can access the chat, if you see what I mean. So that's why I only post a link. I send you a private message in Patreon. I post it in Patreon, and I did forget to post it in the Facebook group today. But I usually post it in the Facebook group as well, ahead of time. It could be a few hours or it could be a day, so just keep checking. Elderly Poodle says, please arrange your living room like an old British library. I do have a lot of books, to be quite honest. Thank you, Rhonda. Yes, I should film openings from the big sofa like favour. I should. That's what, it will make a really good backdrop. Green says, I could tell you stories that would make your front hair flip curl. I bet. Make it the Queen's throne room. Oh, I could have a canopy, couldn't I, above? A canopy! Oh. Ooh, a canopy. I could, couldn't I? Yes. Yeah, no, the dining table's going. It's going. My mom has called the Air Ambulance charity, and they take away furniture and sell it on, even if it's old and horrible. So they're coming and they are taking the wardrobe from the room above, the drawers from the room above, my bedside unit, which has got a big mirror on in the bedroom, that's going. The unit down the other end that's got all my china in and my glassware, that's going. The dining table and chairs is going. The TV unit in the corner is going. I'm scrapping everything, to be quite honest. I just don't want it. I want to start again. It needs to feel like my house with things that I've chosen. So it's gone. It will be gone on Thursday. Jackie J says, just know you are awesome and you will get through this. Thank you. Thank you. Sometimes I don't feel that way, but I know I've kept going. An ermine robe. I would love an ermine robe. Yes, out, oot. Oh, I've gone all Scottish. Oot with the old and in with the new. Elaine says, my son had his head shaved today and raised money for the Yorkshire Air Ambulance Service. Yeah, well done. And no, this is not going to get shaved. That's one thing I'm not giving away. Ellie Poodle says, when Brian sees the pickup scrapeman coming, he's going to cling to his basket. Yeah, he doesn't want his basket to be taken. Yeah, fake ermine. I'm not going to skin an ermine. Jules says, a Downton Abbey style living room would get my vote. Well, okay, I've got to be my bottom end. Like I say, it's kind of traditional, but it's still modern because it's got the big glass windows. So it needs to be a fusion of old, classic, but also modern, or else it just doesn't look right. So I think the 1920s style fits perfectly. And of course, 1920s is very Downton Abbey in terms of the period it's set in. I know, obviously, the Downton Abbey house has got all the history behind it, but that kind of 1920s style is kind of, it's in, and I think it's going to suit really well down there. Jackie says, I love how your family is there for you when you're getting rid of the old and bringing in things that will make you happy and comfortable. HM the King says, that area would make a very nice living room. It's going to be a nice living room. Yes, 1920s. I like it. Ooh, I can be a flapper girl, can't I? I can wear a beaded dress in it. A beaded cocktail dress. And I can have one of those fake cigarettes on one of those long cigarette extenders, can't I? HM the King says, you're making me jealous now. I could be like Madonna. Madonna in the Express Yourself video when she's on that couch. Ooh, where's Madonna in the couch? I need to show you. That's 1920s. Oh, wait a minute. Tap, 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 tap. Ooh, here it is. Hang on. Where is it? Please have the picture. Oh, yes. Here it is, my people. Look. I know it's blurry, but look at Madonna on the sofa, and she's got that little cigarette extender going on. I can be like Madonna. Is there a clearer picture? Yes, that will be me. I will be like Madonna on the couch. Oh, I don't think they've got any more pictures. H and the King will be very relieved they don't have any more pictures of it. Maybe if I just look a little bit more. I'm determined to find the picture I want. Oh, here. Here's another one. When, you know, in that scene, when she's, that's it, when she's going on the sofa, look. That will be me. As Madonna. And in the Express Yourself video, she also has a Molly. Look, in that sort of 1920s dress. Oh, yes. I definitely want to recreate that look. I will be going for the Express Yourself video. A. Davies says, your decorative style will match the honeycomb tiara. It will indeed. Mrs. Fiji says, sounds like your bottom end will be seeing lots of action in coming days. My bottom end will not know what's hit it. Let's put it that way. H and the King says, how did my comment lead to Madonna? I'll take that as shade. Shade. Shady. Pat Long says, there you are. Couldn't figure out how to get the chat function. Hello and welcome. Elderly Poodle says, I'll get you the colourful Sherman cigs for your silver holder. I mean, I do not smoke, but I would like to just hold one. Just... Yes. Ooh, you dirty beggar, you. Yes. Candice says, well, you can be like Princess Margaret holding her long cigarette. Yes, Princess Margaret. Yes, indeed. You filthy beggar. Yes. Sorry, we're doing Kim Woodburn quotes, for those who don't know. I'm wondering what we're going on about. You dirty devil. I'm seeing comments. Mrs. B said, use a vaping cigarette so you don't get stinky real ciggy smells in your new furnishings. Oh, do you know, but they make your lungs go funny, don't they? I've heard about them. Don't you start with me. Yes. Korean says, I saw that black chair as you were walking about. I can hardly wait to see what you picked out. The big sofa also comes with 4 scatter cushions included. So I picked out contrasting fabrics as well. So it will look stunning. And then I'll be able to do my Madonna drop on the sofa. I'll have to film a Madonna drop. I can recreate the Express Yourself video. Yes. Express yourself. Hey, hey. Yes. H and the King says, sigh. Yes, I get dressing up as Madonna this year. Yes. Yes, don't vape it. No, I've heard vaping is bad. Bad, 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 bad. I'll just stick to holding a cigarette. I can hold one. Don't smoke, children. Ooh, have I drunk all my... No, I've still got drink. Okay. Yes, but it'll take it's going to take at least 5 weeks. And even then, I've still got to get then the side table to put the TV on, rugs, you know, decorative bits, all that kind of thing. So it'll be done before Christmas, but it's not going to be something that's done in like a couple of weeks. It's a project. Cruella de Vil, yes. Puppies, darling, puppies. Bring me those puppies. I want spots, darling, not stripes. Spots, darling, spots. Give me spots, not stripes. Cruella de Vil. I am Cruella, darling. But I want a new coat, darlings. Yes. Kelly says, Cruella de Vil. Cruella de Vil. Cruella de Vil. I don't know the rest of the song, but I'll sing it anyway. Okay, I think my singing has rendered people speechless. Cat Lover says, so you'll be speaking to us from the floor for the next month. No, I might keep... Oh, no, yes, I'm on one of the dining chairs. Ooh, yes. Interesting thought, yes. I hadn't thought about that one. I will manage to do it somehow. I can be like Trisha Paytas. you know what? I should be doing all my breakup videos. I should be exposing him. My boyfriend cheated on me and I'm exposing him. From my kitchen floor. I should do, shouldn't I? A. David says, I miss your Madonna dance vlogs. Do you know what? I had to stop doing them because of copyright. Stupid YouTube, even though it was me singing them and most of the things, you know, I used to include like a little bit of a dance routine in my vlogs. I had to stop doing it because YouTube, it wouldn't take the video down. It would just give all the revenue from that video to the rights holder of the song, even if the song was only in it for like 20 seconds. They'd get everything. They get all of my revenue. So I couldn't do it in the end. So that had to stop. Yes, I'm donating my furniture to the air ambulance. Halloween decor. I don't know what I'm doing this year because I'm going to be in a bit of a mess. I was going to put all pumpkins, and this is before Jason left. We were going to put our usual pumpkins and things. I might have to just do the living room because down there's going to be a bit of a mess. Hello to Bev, who's just made it. Yes, YouTube has no sense of humour whatsoever. They just automatically detect something and then they just obliterate it, to be quite honest. And they don't really look into, oh well, it's only 20 seconds of something, therefore it must be fair use. No, it's just... Yes, bad YouTube. Cat Lover says, you can sit on the kitchen floor with lots of tears and mascara drip. Yes! How dramatic that would be. It would indeed. 18 the King says, is the dresser beside the dining table going too? Yes. All the furniture down the other end, gone. My mom's having her 2 chairs where the cat sits and the little table. That's going back to my mom. We'll put that outside because it is actually outdoor furniture. But yeah, the entire thing is being cleared. It will be a big empty space again. So yeah, I want complete new. I'm looking for comments. Ooh, Verna says, I have a confession. I'm hiding behind my laptop pretending to work. My brother-in-law, who gets on my nerves, and his equally annoying girlfriend are here unexpectedly. I hate it when they do that. Well, I hope you didn't have me on loudspeaker because I've just revealed your secret to them. 18 the King says, so where will you store the stuff that's in it? Okay, all the china I'm going to box up in plastic boxes and tissue paper. That's all going down the gym because I haven't got room for it. All my glassware, I'm making room in the cupboard in the utility, so that will all go down there. So basically, I don't need the top section of the unit at all. Everything else, if I can throw something away, if I don't need it, it's going. And then all of my royal stuff that's down there, like my flags, and I mostly keep all of my set stuff down there in the cupboard. That will all go upstairs, so I'm going to box it up for now, and then obviously once that room is done and I've got whatever storage I want up there, that will all go up there. So basically, I don't need that much storage. What I do need storage for is books, which I don't want in the bedroom anymore, so I'm thinking of getting some kind of bookcase in the big long corridor, because that's a bit more out of the way. And really, all I need to store then is just photograph albums and stuff like that, because I've got lots of photograph albums that I inherited off my nan. So obviously I don't want to put them somewhere damp. So I do need some kind of base unit. I need some kind of base dresser, but I don't need the top bit. And also with the base dresser, I can put the TV on the dresser rather than it being on the wall. I mean, I don't mind TVs on the wall, but I don't mind it if it's just stood on the dresser. So, yes. My what stuff? My royal stuff. Do we have such thing as yard sales? We have car boot sales. So usually people would load up their car, open the boot, and go to a field or something and stand there, and people would come by. We don't usually have what you would call like people standing in their front yards or front garden, as we might say, with their stuff. So not quite in the same way. But we do have lots of like on Facebook and things, sales sites where people post pictures of things, and then people can say if they wanted or not. Elderly Builder says, I'm overly excited over the new renovations. I'm breathing hard. Well, I've got to go through it. My goodness, all the upheaval. When I'm not really feeling... I mean, I want it done, but I'm not really feeling in the, let's go out and get it kind of mood. I'm still like, yeah, I'll do it. Yeah, I know it's the best. I'll do it. So I'm pushing. I'm trying to feel excited. I should be excited, but I've still got this like going on. When's the baby due? Well, that's another thing. Jason never wanted children, and being an only child, I kind of always wanted one. Don't get me wrong, I haven't got anyone to have one with, and I would need to probably rent a womb. Where do you find a womb with a view? I don't know. But yes, and I don't want a scummy womb. I don't want a low rate womb. I don't want an abused womb. I want a womb of substance. So where do you find one? I don't know. I don't know. Oh wait, I wasn't supposed to say that, said HM the King. Where will the kitties sit? Well, they'll have to sit somewhere else for now. But once I have the new sofas, I'm sure they will be all over them. That's why I got the new Dyson, so I can suck up all their hairs. How's Rory and Molly? Molly is really fussy. She knows Jason's gone. She misses Jason. She picks up on all of the stress and probably my emotions she picks up on. So she's a little bit unsettled, and she walks in and just goes meow, and she makes this horrible noise, this like exasperated noise. So I think she's feeling a bit stressed. She picks up on everything. Rory, on the other hand, is completely oblivious to everything. He is in his own bubble. He just walks in, jumps on me as Cuddles, whacks the furniture with his tail and thumps around. He is completely oblivious. But Molly, she knows. She knows Jason's gone. And, on the occasions when he did come back to collect his stuff, she didn't know what to make of it. She was kind of upset by him coming back, because I think she knew he was going again. She's very intuitive, to be honest. She's a little... she knows. Let's just put it that way. She knows. Kathy says, sorry, my womb is closed. Closed for business. I know. I need to find one. Who wants to be my womb? A womb of Oh, do you know what? A Womb of Substance sounds like the title of a romance novel, doesn't it? By I don't know who writes romance novels. Barbara Cartland. Yes, it sounds like a Barbara Cartland romance novel. A Womb of Substance. Maybe I should write it. A Womb of Substance. Yes, Molly does know that I'm upset. Yes. Jackie says, okay, you know everything about he who will not be named, but you don't know where to find a womb of substance. I do not. I do not indeed. Ooh, do you want to see who he's shacked up with? I'm not going to give you the name, but I can show you a photo. Do you want to see? I'll find it, and if you want to see who he's left me for, the 23-year-old, I'll show you. Okay, hang on. Where is le photo? Okay, so it's Okay, I'm trying to hide names. So it's the one with the tongue sticking out. He's left me for the one with the tongue sticking out. He's got 9 piercings. Can you see? That's who he's left me for. A tongue stud, basically. Yes, that's who he's left me for. A 23-year-old. Yes, lovely, isn't it? Beautiful darlings. What did you all think? I will give Molly a hug. She gets lots of hugs, but she's still being really fussy. Ugly Poodle says, I always tell people what they're getting for gifts. I have the print of Elizabeth as a young woman in her velvet cape with her medals coming your way. Husband nodded, oh, thank you. I am trying to find, yes, well, maybe a baby would help. Maybe I could breastfeed the same time as Megan. We could express at the same time. Candice says, Molly being upset is a good reason for him to stay away from your abode. No, the other one was not Jason. Do you want to see Jason? I don't mind showing you now. He won't know. He won't know, will he? So, let me find Jason. Okay. So, bearing in mind, Jason lost weight. Do you want to see? He posted a before and after photograph. So, the before photo is kind of how I've kind of, you know, always known Jason. And then he lost all the weight because of this first bloke that he had the infatuation with. So, let me just cover up the name. And hang on just a second. Right, let me just... Okay, so that's his before and after, can you see? So, the big one was him previously, and then he lost a load of weight. And he, you know, once he lost the weight, he started posting pictures because he never used to post pictures. So, you know, that's him as well. Whoops. There we go. So that's when he joined the gym and, you know, started working out. So that was Jason. There you go. You got to see him. Mrs. Speed said, is there any way he could plant spies in your... Well, I mean, only if he joined my Patreon, but to be quite honest, I don't really care. And I don't think he would because I'd know, I think, if he joined. Mrs. B says, wow, hate to say it, but he is nice. My Jason is cute. My ex-Jason, he is handsome. He's always been handsome. And, you know, even when he was bigger, he was handsome. And, of course, now he's lost the weight and got muscly. You know, he thinks he's the cat's whiskers. You know, he thinks he's the business, and he thinks he can pull all these people and these 23-year-olds and all the rest of it. And hey, he's proved he can. So, well done. But this is what I mean by Project Me. I need to show him in a way that I can do the same as him. I don't want to do the same as him, but it won't hurt for him to have the illusion that I can do what he's doing. So I am going to hit the gym exceedingly hard. When I'm finally feeling in the mood to do it, I will be in the gym every single day like he's been doing. It took him a year to get from that first photo to how he looks now. And hey, you know, he started at, you know, a worse point than what I'm at. I mean, I haven't got anywhere near that amount of weight to lose, blah, blah, blah. So, you know, if he can do it, I can do it. And then I'll put my photos on Facebook and all these apps, and hopefully he'll see. Yes, Jason, well, I think he peaked at my vlogs, kind of. Kelly says that young man is using Jason as his sugar daddy. Yep. He paid for all the zoo today. He took him to the zoo. And, yeah, he took his boyfriend on a date to the zoo. Yes. Yes, hope he doesn't get syphilis. I think he's having some kind of identity crisis after he started losing weight. Yes, I think so. Yes, he does think he's the stud now. Cat Lover says, you are good looking as he is, but you are much more mature, kind and responsible. He is being very superficial at the moment, I agree, entirely. But yes, there you go. You've finally seen Jason. Uh, oh, it's so annoying. It really is. Yes, he's taking that new body out for a spin. I think that's probably true. Um, can someone help me about the baby? I need a womb with a view, most definitely. A womb of substance. Um, no, I mean, like I say, the new guy is young. I mean, okay, the new guy is 6'2", the same as Jason. So Jason's never had anyone his height. So I'm sort of 5'8", 5'9" with hair, maybe. But this new guy's tall and young and super skinny. I've seen the photographs they sent each other, the ones, and he's super skinny, got 9 piercings. Some of them I couldn't see in the photographs, you know what I mean? So you can only imagine where some of the piercings are. And this guy is obviously into him, probably using him. So yeah, he's feeling like the cat's whiskers. LD Poodle says, you are intelligent beyond words and can hold an audience. At the end of the day, we all hang on to that. Thank you. And he only works in a care home. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, I worked in a similar setting when I worked for the school. I worked in a special needs school, as you all know. But this guy, he wipes people's bottoms for a living. I mean, I did something similar. I did elements of personal care too. So, it's not as if he's, a high-flying career, if you get my drift. And he works nights, and Jason works nights. So I don't know. And they live quite, at least 45 minutes to an hour drive away from each other. So I don't know how that's going to work out. Asian the King says, I do wish I had something to add here. Ugh, I know, this is like, this is old people stuff, isn't it? Thank you, Jackie J. It says, the new guy is not hot at all. No, he's not, is he? Cindy says, you have more to offer than just looks. Thank you. Yes, the grass is not always greener on the other side, as I'm sure he'll come to realise one day. Barbie Longbear says, catty remark, he looks like he's dipping into steroids. No, he's not. That's the thing. I most definitely know he's not. But no, he hasn't. Basically, he's done that through spending about 2.5 hours a day in the gym. And when I say 2.5 hours a day in the gym, I mean he does probably about, an hour and 20 minutes of weights, and then he goes for about another hour jogging. And he's done that solidly for a whole year. So the weight, and also he was really fussy over his diet. His diet completely changed. He was only eating chicken and rice in the evenings and bowls of fruit instead of chocolate and like what we used to enjoy together. His only vice would be that we'd have a takeaway on a Monday, so we'd probably have like a KFC or a McDonald's or something. But he watched what he ate. He really counted the calories in terms of trying to drop the weight. Then as soon as he lost all the weight and he'd literally got no body fat whatsoever, he started hitting the weights more, and that's how he got looking the way he did. So no, there was no steroids. I can confirm it was just hard work. Oli Gwynn says, you don't know how old until you tip over the garden hose. The guy will dump him when the money runs out. Who knows? Jackie says, what made him decide to get in shape? Yes, he was... Okay, so a year ago, if you remember, I had terrible tonsillitis. Exactly a year ago. This new guy started at his workplace, and he's Romanian. So he's a Romanian worker that's come over to work in the UK with his family. So this Romanian guy started at Jason's work, and Jason developed a crush on this guy. And it became an infatuation. Nothing happened. I know for a fact nothing happened. In fact, this guy has always said to Jason all along that he's not gay. However, this crush developed, and eventually Jason told me all about it in about just before Christmas last year. I was really good about it. I was really understanding. So I got a dry lip. He was really understanding. I was really understanding about it. I gave him advice. I said, okay, you'll have to see him at work, but don't let him come into our lives at home. Delete him from Facebook. Delete him from your contacts in your phone so you can't look at him. You know, basically don't let him come into our lives. Jason said, oh no, it's all over. I'm working on the infatuation. But he never did. That's when I got to the point where I need to start code breaking. So I code broke things, and I was checking things over and over again, and I can confirm nothing happened, but the infatuation continued. He was still searching for him every day. He was saving his photos on his computer in a folder specially labelled for this guy. He was practicing learning Romanian at night time. I could hear him. So the infatuation didn't go. But eventually, I felt like it was getting better. But then, 2 weeks ago, Jason suddenly just said to me, I'm going out, which was really unusual. I'm going to get popcorn. Yeah, right. So I checked, and it wasn't. It was because he wanted to go and meet this Romanian guy. He offered to take him to work, to fetch him from work, to take him home when it wasn't Jason's work shift. So he was putting himself out to meet this guy, basically, to get him in the car and to have a chat with him. I found out and I went crazy, and I said, I followed them, basically. I followed them, and Jason knew that I followed them because I drove behind them and I was honking my horn all the way, which he wasn't impressed with. So it was on that night that he decided to leave and go back to his parents. I thought it would only be for the weekend. I thought, well, you know, he'll probably go because he's mad, come back at the weekend. But no, in his head, that was it. It was done. Because it all started with this infatuation with this Romanian lad. Fast forward another week, and he finds this new guy on Tinder. And he swaps, basically, this infatuation for the unobtainable Romanian guy for the obtainable guy that he met on Tinder. So he's just swapped one infatuation for the other. If this Romanian guy would have shown promise, I think he would have left me a year ago. So that's the tea. Candice says he looked a lot nicer and sweeter when he had more meat on his bones. That was my Jason. That was my Jason. And the last time he came round to pick up his stuff, I just looked at him and I thought, you're not my Jason. The person that I'm seeing now is not my Jason. That, you know, you look in the face vaguely like my Jason, but you're not my Jason. And I need to keep remembering that. Yes, that is the tea. Oh, and by the way, please don't repeat any of this anywhere else. So, you know, if I do a weekly vlog and I'm mentioning something, please don't say any of this in a chat room at all. This is strictly between us. Kitchen King says, think I picked up something there. Yes. Kaji says, people change and not always for the best. Well, he most definitely did not change for the best. Have I still got some cold herbal tea left? Yes, thank you. Lips. Stumm. But it does help to offload. Sonia says, oh Elliot, as painful as it is, you are better off. I know, logically I know. Sounds like he was never again going to be true, and you're worth way more than he's capable of. Yep, circle of trust. I agree, he probably did do me a favour by leaving, but it still hurts, and at the moment I'm not really feeling that because I haven't moved on. I think it says, oops, I've already told the postman, my nan, and her at number 23. Don't tell her at number 23, she'll have it all around the town in a trice. Barbara says, I love you, followed them, and you honked. Yes, I did. I went to his place of work, saw this lad get in the car, Jason drove off, I followed all the way back to this lad's house, honk, 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 And after he got out, he said, I didn't get to have a good chance to have a chat with him. And I was like, good. And then he said, I'm going. And he went. Cat Lover says, cheats once, will cheat again, move on. Well, he didn't. He would have cheated if this lad would have reciprocated. But he didn't actually. So I can't say that he cheated. He was probably looking to cheat. But I can't say that he actually did, because I know he didn't while we were together. Jackie says, now I see why you kept saying he's not my Jason. Yeah, not my Jason. My Jason loved me. My Jason cared for me. My Jason would never have done that. You know, and he was putting... Oh, and also, I forgot to tell you, way back in February, we had really nice weather in the UK. He took the Romanian out all day to bars and restaurants and meals and drinks and all the rest of it for a walk in the park. Didn't take me. He just got up one morning. I knew about this, but I couldn't let on that I knew. So I got myself all ready, just in case. And I said, right, I'll come with you then. And he wouldn't let me. And he took this guy out all day. And didn't even tell me when he was coming back, where he was going. That was the infatuation coming out. It was compulsive. It was almost like he had to do it at any cost. He didn't even think about what he was going to tell me about it. He just did it. It was really compulsive. Rhonda says he did cheat. It was an emotional cheat. Yeah, okay, I'll give that. Yes, his intention to cheat was there. Hitting the King says, her at number 23 already knows. She's seen the removal vans. I bet she does. Yes, and the royal warrant, yes. I would definitely make sure that the warrant was facing her. LD Builder says, I'm going through this with my son at the same time with his girlfriend. She was abusive. Then she swore she would do everything for him. My kid needs me now. That's how my mum feels about me. It's true. Cat Lover says he cheated, if not with his body, with his mind. Well, yeah, he did with his mind. Yeah. Oh, hell no. Yes. A Davis says, oh no, you need a waiting to exhale party. I do. Kathy G says, I know how you feel, good days, bad days. Yeah. I need to go, but I'm too nosy to leave. Well, I think I've told you all the gory details now, which did feel a little bit better to offload. So I am going to go now. I think I've been on 92 minutes. My goodness, I've bored you all for 92 minutes. So I am going to go now. I'm going to try and relax. I mean, okay, I'm probably going to check what he's up to because I'm compelled to do so. But we'll see. So what time is it? Yeah, we'll see if they've gone out for a meal or something, shall we? Anyway, I'm going to go. So I hope you've enjoyed today's chat. I know it's kind of been like a bit of therapy for me. So thank you for watching, and thank you for being amazing patrons. Your support really does mean the world to me. Let's just see what people are saying. Oh, Sonia, you're going to have to rewatch. I'm sorry. Thank you again so much. So I'm going to go now. Verna says it doesn't feel like 92 minutes. No, it doesn't. So yes, I'm going to go. I will be back next week, all being well. I mean, hopefully I won't be under any... Hopefully the worst trauma is over. The worst trauma was, you know, knowing that he was doing it with somebody in a caravan, basically. So hopefully things won't be as bad from now on. So all being well, I will be back next week. So thank you for watching. I really do appreciate you. I'm going to go now. Mwah to you all, and goodbye.